when you read or listen versus watching a video, your imagination is creating its own video. Welcome to Oportuno, Episode 1. Podcast is the new radio. Hi, my name is Eugene Vickery. This is the first podcast episode for the new podcast channel named Oportuno, which is the Spanish word for the English word opportune. In the year 2020 will mark the 100th year of commercial radio broadcast. On November 2nd, 1920, radio station KDKA in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, aired the first commercial broadcast in the United States of Election Day to broadcast the results of the Harding-Cox presidential race. When you read or listen versus watching video, you think in pictures. You could say that when you read or listen versus watching a video, your imagination is creating its own video. Both listening to audio and watching video both have their benefits. However, I believe that reading or listening, rather than viewing a video, stimulates your creative imagination and thinking much more than watching a video. With a podcast, you can do other activities while listening, making it much more convenient than video for those that like to consume content while walking, resting with your eyes closed, running, cooking, doing housework, etc. I remember in my youth, I think around 8 years of age, receiving as a gift from my parents a small AM transistor radio powered with a 9-volt battery. I thought it was so wonderful to be able to walk around the yard with a wireless radio. That fascination of the power of radio has never left me. Early in my teenage years, my parents gave me a battery-powered shortwave radio. How I marveled at being able to listen all around the world from my battery-powered shortwave radio. Internet and smartphones have really stepped up the listening options. From your smartphone or computer, you can now listen to radio stations all over the world. For me, I consider podcast the new radio. In many ways, much better than radio in that you can listen over again, start and stop a broadcast, search for topics that interest you, and listen anytime, anywhere you can get online, or even listen offline if you choose to download a podcast episode to a device capable of playing a MP3 file, such as your computer, smartphone, or MP3 player. Right now, in July 2019, it's estimated there are over 750,000 podcast channels with over 30 million podcast episodes in over 100 languages. If you have an interest in podcasting, I believe podcasts have just now begun their popularity with unlimited growth potential in the unforeseen future. Audio blogging began in the 1980s, and the term podcast started about the year 2004 with the introduction of listening devices such as the iPod. The iPod is a portable listening device designed by Apple, which I believe originally was intended mostly for music, but was also used for talk shows with those talk shows eventually becoming known as podcasts because they were being cast on an iPod. If you've been listening to podcasts for a while, you might have noticed, as I have, that to find a consistent, timely podcast channel in a niche you enjoy listening to is not as easy as you might think. Many people start a podcast channel only to stop broadcasting, or not broadcasting routinely, or failing to provide quality content. That's one reason why there is so much available opportunity to start a podcast channel for those that will deliver quality content in a particular niche on a timely, consistent basis. Yes, there will always be an opportunity for those that produce great content with quality audio on a timely, consistent schedule. If you have an interest in having your own podcast channel, I've produced a video on our Oportuno YouTube channel called Path to Podcasting, which outlines 10 steps to take to have your own podcast channel. You can access my YouTube channel for this video on how to start your own podcast, as well as other content on our website, www.oportuno.org. Thanks for taking time to listen to this podcast, and we hope to be able to produce more podcasts soon. That's all for now. Please visit our website, oportuno.org. That's spelled Oportuno.org. Thank you.